All right, already. Welcome to another edition of YUL Radio at YULRadio.com. The coolest show on the internet radio, another hour of power. I am your boy, Spider-Man. And the whole gang's here. I'm joined by my man, Archangel of Radio Zion.
Yeah.
Currently doing some, but light work is in the building. And none other than the illustrious, my Canadian queen.
I love it. Oh my God.
How you doing over there, honeybee?
I am great. How are you today?
I'm good. And we are proud to have a special guest in the building, man. You know, it's serious business today. We have Chef Delroy in the building. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
I hear that. How you been doing? You been fine?
Yeah, working hard.
Working hard. We're going to get into a little bit of that, catch up on a couple of your projects and see what's going on in your world in a little bit.
Lived in London, England for about 10 years. My family is from Jamaican descent, where my mom and dad lived in Jamaica, in England for about 27 years. And we ended up moving to New York in 1981 and moved to the Bronx.
You see, we got that big plan.
Yeah, Bronx, New York, where we settled down. My mom also, you know, where I think I got most of my creative cooking ideas, and you know, my family, my dad could throw down too, but my mom is a chef, and she worked all through New York City. At the private clubs, working in some of the top condos in the city across from Lincoln Center, and had clients such as Susan Taylor, Eartha Kitt, you know, to name a few, and started cooking with her when I was like 14. After like high school, you know, during school I used to go down, help her out, do salads, wash some pots, clean up a little bit, you know. But then the privileges of working there was that it's a club. So I got to swim, work out, hang out, you know what I'm saying? So
it took full advantage.
It took full advantage of it based on my mom was the chef there. After that, I, you know, during high school, I went away, studied math, computer science as an art major.
Now you said you went to college, what? Doing computer science?
Computer science and art. I was an art major in high school.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, in a way, I backtracked from my art experience. I did pottery. I have a medal from the Metropolitan Museum of Art for my art.
So anything you do, you good at.
Yeah. So I backtracked using my art and my creativity and my knowledge of colors and blending and things, and I brought that to food.
Okay. So food is about presentation.
Culinary arts. The culinary arts.
Okay.
So, you know, I basically took that back and ended up being introduced to New York City Technical College in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Where I ended up going to school for hotel and restaurant management, and became one of their top students, where I was offered an externship to France, and when I studied in the south of France in a small town called Auch, which is where, I don't know if you guys know the Musketeers, the Three Musketeers. One of the Musketeers, his name was D'Artagnan.
Yes.
He was born in that town where I worked. So I learned classic French cuisine, but you know, going to France, I was already on that level of a chef. So I went there with experience, because you know, if you go to France and you don't know nothing, they look at you and laugh at you.
Yes.
So I went there and I
basically.
oh yeah,
they're serious.
Oh yeah, they don't play.
Right.
So I ended up going there, showing them a thing or two, you know, showing them what I know, and kind of opened them up a lot. Also, made them look, as a lot of French chefs, not now, it's changed over the years.
Right.
Tunnel vision. They have blinders on and they only think French.
Right.
Now they're pretty much open. They blend flavors of Asian and Indian and Caribbean flavors together now, where you know, the French chef wants to come to America. You know.
Okay, so back then it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that. They didn't want to come. You know, they looked down on American chefs.
Okay.
But now we're pretty much even, pretty much neck and neck. You know, as far as the way we cook, the way we see food, the different ingredients that we use to create dishes. And that's, you know, as far as, so, you know, working there, met a lot of French chefs, ended up coming back to New York, worked at some of the top French restaurants in New York, throughout the city, La Brasserie, where, you know, Ivana Trump, Donald Trump used to come to eat. Woody Harrison cooked for him a couple times in New York. At a place called La Palette, you know, French restaurant. So I did when I came back from France, I did a lot of the French stuff. And then moved on from there, worked at the Russian Tea Room in New York.
Russian Tea Room.
Was a
So
kitchen.
you were young back then,
Yes, yes, 21.
Working
That's
at the Russian Tea Room.
That's
Yes,
incredible.
yes, and I got great stories, you know, as far as the Russian Tea Room. We used to hang out in the city, you know, Puff used to do parties in the city. Heavy D used to, we all grew up together. Rest in peace, we all grew up together, and we used to basically, you know, I used to take them back to the Russian Tea Room after the club was over, and I used to have the guys that were working there squeeze fresh orange juice. For, you know, everybody's there, we open the door, we go in, we drink orange juice, and we just chill out for a little while at the Russian Tea Room.
Fresh orange juice at the Russian Tea Room.
Then we go home.
You gotta keep it
And
healthy.
then we come back. Then we do it all over again. That's how it was back in the days.
That's
But,
awesome.
Now, you know, a lot of people try to, you know, the box in chefs and, you know, what's your style, what's your, you know, you know, I was asking you earlier, you said, you know, you do it all.
right, right.
You do it all. You said Thai, you know how to cook it all.
Yes. Based on my experience in the business, I have my mentor, which is, his name is Peter Sue. He is from Trinidad.
Yeah, Trinidadians.
Peter Sue is from Trinidad. Peter Sue is one of the greatest chefs in America that people really don't know about, and in Trinidad I think they need to know about him. I work with Peter through a lot of my stay in New York City, where he's half Trinidadian and half Chinese. Okay, so that blend of Asian cooking, I learned a lot from him. You know, the different ingredients, the lime leaves, the, you know, using, you know, the coconut milk, the curries and stuff like that. But I learned that coming from...
We should have had you bring in a dish or something. I'm hungry.
We worked that out. We worked that out.
Let me ask
I've
you
had some of Chef Delroy's cooking, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I have. It is unbelievable.
Let me ask you, if somebody put you on the spot, like, let's say test or whatever, what dish would you make? Do you have your signature, or?
Well, basically, I look at myself as a food chemist. Like, I could put something together. I mean, like, you know, Honeybee was saying, we was at a friend of ours, he has a penthouse around Atlantic City, down by Centennial Park. And he called me, he said, Delroy, come up, and we come up, and when I go, all I do is see what's there. I don't know what's there, and then just take it out, like,
God.
yeah, basically, I put it together. I basically throw it together. A signature dish that people really do ask for a lot is I do a blackened salmon, okay, which is, I do a blackened salmon, fire roasted salmon with oven roasted garlic spinach with olive oil, and I do a Cajun cream sauce. And I also do like a coconut rice that goes with it.
So you killed that dish.
Yes.
Oh
So,
my
yeah,
goodness.
that's something I could do blindfolded. I mean, I could basically do anything blindfolded, but that's something that a lot of my clients ask for all the time. And I could do either with salmon or chicken or shrimp. Either one goes well with that dish.